As the Rivers State local government election approaches, controversies continue to surround the process following conflicting court rulings from two high courts in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. The Rivers State High Court has ordered that preparations for the election proceed as scheduled, while the Federal High Court in Abuja issued an order restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission from releasing the 2023 voter register to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC. RISEC, in response to the order, says it already obtained the 2023 voter register as far back as November last year. But INEC refutes this claim, insisting that it has not released the voter register to the state electoral body.
We have not released before we received from our headquarters an order from Federal High Court restraining INEC from releasing the register. So up to now, we have not officially handed over the Rivers State voters register to the RISEC. We have not.
Let me place it on record before the hearing of the entire world that as we speak, we are already in possession of the 2023 updated voters register for the conduct of the October 5th local government poll in Rivers State. And that document was handed down to us by INEC.
Despite the legal battle, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has remained resolute, declaring that his administration will provide the necessary logistics to ensure the election goes ahead as planned. Meanwhile, the Inter-Party Advisory Council has also endorsed the election, October 5th date, and called on its members to participate fully in the process.
Those who have committed their energies, resources, time to participate in this election to prove that we are ready to provide leadership at the grassroots level in our various local governments to stand firm that the election will hold.
Adding to the controversy, the Rivers State chapter of the All Progressives Congress remains divided. The reinstated chairman of the party, Emeka Beke, presented flags to the party's candidates, signaling their readiness for the election. But the APC group led by Mr. Tony Okocha says the court is being undermined.
There's a judgment before that judgment in Rivers State, which all of you are aware. I don't know why they are trying to drag Rivers people into the mud. Why are they deceiving Rivers people? Election will take place on Saturday. Nobody's going to stop the election not to take place. And anybody who creates problem will carry the problem on his head. That's the position of APC in Rivers State.
The governor of Rivers State has ruled and continued to rule this state with impunities. And we will not stand akimbo and watch him drift this state to abysmal oblivion by the reason of trying to push across his personal idiosyncrasies.
With just days to go, residents would only hope that the controversy is resolved by D-Day.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk to both gentlemen, Mr. Emeka Beke and Mr. Tony Okocha. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you, and thank you for joining us on the program today. Let me start with you, Mr. Emeka Beke, having been reinstated by the court. What is the current position of things now? Because we hear INEC there saying, we have not released the register. So, well, on the other hand, your team say you have it. What is the situation now? Can you hear me, Mr. Emeka Beke? Just on mute.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, first you listen to the release from the RISEC in Port Harcourt. Say they have a register. They got it in September 2004, and they are ready. The 24th of September 2004, they are ready for the election. They have the register from the INEC, and that's what they're going to use in conducting the election. the RISEC is ready for the election, and nothing that is going to drag us back from that election.
Are
you hearing me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
I said the RISEC has gotten the register from INEC.
Okay.
And they are going to use that, the register to conduct the local government election.
Okay, so the thing now is this. How do we, because from when the REC says we have not given any register, what happens tomorrow, maybe when the elections are conducted, and then it says, look, the register you used in the first place was not right, because that scenario may likely happen if you're saying we didn't give them any register. Are you also thinking in that light?
First, you must understand that all the elections that are conducted, the local government election that's taking place in all the states, they are using the same 2023 INEC register. That's what they use to conduct election across the country right now. I see reason why Rivers State will be a different issue altogether.
Okay. Let me bring in Mr. Tony Okocha. So, Mr. Okocha, I understand that there was some protest by which you led. Is that right? And what was it about?
Thanks for having me and having my colleagues just to be here. Yesterday, we had addressed the media and we had said to Nigerians that the governor is at the bed of crass illegality and barefaced lies. Again, today, after the discussion yesterday, an angry mob, let me use the word mob, or citizens of the state, coming from different political parties, APC, PDP, and other political parties, who agreed that they will abide by the judgment of the court on the issue of the election. So that's what you are seeing today. They have thronged out in their large numbers to visit with the DSS to hand over our letter of protest, to also visit with the CP to hand over our letter of protest. That's the protest you are seeing today. Very peaceful. We are exploring all legal means. We are exploring all peaceful avenues. Even when we have seen that the government had already unleashed the recipe for violence and crisis. So we are a law-abiding political party, and we are saying that we will obey the law, the judgment of the court, very high court, delivered on Monday by His Lordship, Honorable Peter Lipo of Court 10, Abuja. So that's where we are.
Okay, so could you tell us, in what capacity are you leading this protest?
You should know clearly by now that we are leading the protest as the leaders of APC in Rivers State, known by the party. We are. The party set up a cabinet committee and has given us another 6 months to operate. By December 5th, I will not be here, except there is something else that happened. So we are the chairman and members of the caretaker committee of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State.
So is there any court decision backing those actions?
Of course. What are we doing? Like I said to you, that we are not likely to take the laws into our hands. We are saying that there was a judgment on Monday, just on Monday, on a suit number FHC/APJ/CS/987 of 2024. The judgment was clear, very explicit, because the judgment said that 30 days notice, which of course is primary, was not issued to any political party. And that as we speak to you, that INEC said, they said to Nigerians that INEC had handed over a list of voters to them. And the register, INEC is saying no. Just yesterday, the REC said no, that they have not given them, that they made applications permanent. And while they were processing the applications, they had instruction from the national. And there was a judgment of court restricting them and making them refrain from any attempt to give out any document whatsoever.
Okay.
So what are they going to conduct the election with?
So we already heard Mr. Beke say every other local government in this state are conducting it with the 2023 register. So what is the big deal about this one? If this election goes on Saturday, what will be wrong with it?
Everything will be wrong. When somebody berates the law, then everything is wrong. It's illegality. So that's what is wrong, because the law says don't conduct election on the 5th of October. Maybe there could be time some other time when the proper things would have been done. So until that judgment is updone, we stand with and by that judgment.
So if your group does not participate in the elections, Mr. Beke says, well, he's the leader of the party and they will participate in the elections.
I don't want to join issues with the Mega Beke, who is chairman or calls himself as chairman of APC in government house. I am chairman of APC Nigeria, Rivers State chapter. So I won't join issues with him at all. Joining issues with him will mean that I draw myself, I relegate myself to the background, and I will not do so.
Well, we're not asking you to join issues. We're just looking at the decisions of courts. No, that's what we're focusing on, not joining issues. I mean, we're just referring to those decisions of the court. So, by the way, let me also ask him. So, Mr. Emeka Beke, listening to all of this build up to the elections now, one thing that a lot of people are asking questions and concerned about is the regular voter there. Do you think that if the election goes on hold, which you say will it be as peaceful? How do we ensure that they can all come out and vote peacefully?
Let me thank you. If I knew that you were trying to get it up in front, I wouldn't have been able to put myself. First, we need to correct something straight. I'm duly elected chairman of this party in Rivers State, and the court has affirmed that position in Rivers State. First, whatever they want to do, caretaker, I'm not really concerned about. But one thing I must to tell you clearly, the election will take place on Saturday. There won't be any atom of crisis in Rivers State. Anybody who thinks is above the law will face the wrath of the law. Election will take place on Saturday. I'll go to my ward. I come from Ward 3 in Emoha local government. I'm going to be my ward. I'll cast my vote. And the election will be declared in Rivers State. Anybody that is not comfortable with this should go to court. This is a state where somebody will sit down and want to stop electoral process. What you're telling me today, somebody can wake up tomorrow morning and say, Mr. President, I'm getting order from the court. You are no more the president of this country. This is the first time I'm hearing that kind of. This election will take place on Saturday. Nobody will stop this election. We are all born from Rivers State. We're all citizens of this state. Anybody who thinks that is above the law should go hand in electric transformer. The election will take place on Saturday. Nobody will stop this election. I want to make it loud and clear.
But that sounds like that you're threatening violence, because I mean, if they listen to you, they might feel, oh dear, that they need to be cautious.
Let's get straight. There is no violence. This same thing that is happening today. Some years back, this same Okocha that is sitting there talking, protesters in Rivers State, slept in INEC. Did heaven fall? Did anybody die? Why are they making issues out of nothing? There are people who want to live their life from the councillors, and suddenly one person don't want those things to happen. The election will take place on Saturday.
Well, what can you tell us? I mean, your party's NWC. Are you in touch with them? Why appears as though we're hearing discordant tunes from them?
Let me say, there are things I wouldn't want to come here and start talking, right? You know, somebody sitting there playing scripts for whoever wants to spend money. That is the person's business. All politics is all local. Politics is all about local. When I win the election on Saturday, then the National Working Committee advised to say those people are not members of APC.
So, as things stand today, when you go into these elections on Saturday, of course, what do you expect of the security agencies now?
Well, the security agency is going to take part in this election. Their duty is to protect life and property of Rivers people. And I think they will do that on Saturday.
But at the end of the day, I know that you say, look, whatever happens, the court is the appropriate place. But lots of people have been confused about different court judgments coming today, another one comes tomorrow. How do we work towards ensuring that, look, there's a lot more clarity in the way these matters are adjudicated upon from the courts?
Let's cross the bridge. Let's finish Saturday. We'll talk about the court issues. Saturday is most important.
So you going into these elections this week, are you working in conjunction with the state government?
First, I'm a Rivers man, and I'm a bona fide citizen of the state. I have every right to associate myself with whoever I want to associate myself with.
So we take it that yes, you are with the state government.
I can associate myself with anybody. I can associate with any minister. I can associate with myself with anybody, including the Okocha. I can associate with him. We're all Rivers people.
Well, okay. Well, Mr. Beke, I was actually hoping to get a perspective, your perspective on the question that Chamberlain had asked you before. Let me go back to Mr. Okocha very quickly. Well, Mr. Okocha, let me ask you, first of all, are you saying that no candidate of the APC is participating in the elections on Saturday?
Okay, maybe I don't know, in the proper sense, if the things were properly done, there would have been a column for local government, for the chairman of the political parties to assent to their candidates' forms. But as I speak to you, because we also are in sync, we're in agreement with the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress, which is second in the appointing point of the leadership of our party. We're sync with them, they are aware, and they have given their consent that no APC member should contest the local government election because all the arrangements are already fought and cannot be seen to be fair and free to all and sundry. So we're not contesting the election. I'm not aware of any member of my party who is contesting the election, except those of them who are coming from the government house. And that's not our take.
Are you on the same page with Mr. Okocha? Do you have APC candidates in the elections?
First, I handed over the flags to the candidate yesterday, and we have flagged our campaign. After now, people have kept me at home for too long. I'm supposed to be on the field. Today is the last day of campaign. One thing I want to tell you clearly, you know that we had the judgment from the court. They've not been able to vacate that order. I don't know why they are those characters, those are people who are causing problems with the judiciary in Nigeria. My candidates are taking election. The 23 local government chairmen are running election in Rivers State on Saturday.
Now, so now with this now, and everyone is listening to this, I'm just wondering, Mr. Beke, if there is any conversation you are having with the apex body of your party, the APC, is there? Because I know at least that there's a deputy national president for South and all of that. What conversations are you having? Are you having any conversation with the leadership at the national level?
You know, when you wake up and start asking this question, you know what is happening in this country. I know somebody somewhere is playing a script for them. I am not going to wait for anybody. I am duly elected chairman of the party. I don't owe anybody from the national to answer to report anything to him. Policy is all about local. There is no place called national. All policy is about local. When we fielded the election for the assembly, all was local. We fielded the election for House of Rep, all was local. For me, I am going ahead to partake in this election on Saturday as the chairman of the party. And I'll be rest assured that we're going to win the election in Rivers State.
But, you know, Mr. Beke, so if your party is so seemingly divided, like, you know, there's one, you know, person who is saying there's going to be election, another person saying there is no election, why should anyone listen to the APC?
Well, you know the problem in the whole party, not only about APC, both the PDP, both the ABGA, both all the whole party, there's always division in the whole political party. But the majority will take take position in the day, and I think I'm in the majority of this party. Those people who are talking are not members of our party, and I don't want to go that way past that stage. Some of them are benefiting from the crisis they caused in the party. Those are why they are benefiting to talk about, oh, government has another. The person that is talking about, at the time when we are doing presidential campaign in Rivers State, where was he? Was he a member of this party?
Well, Mr. Okocha, I mean, yes. Mr. Okocha, you may also want to respond to that question of why should people, anyone, anywhere, particularly in Rivers State, take the APC seriously when there is a seeming division?
Well, first and foremost, before I leave Emeka Beke with the slides, we need to tell the world that Emeka Beke, they have long been sacked as chairman of APC in Rivers State. And of course, you're aware, of course, that the National Working Committee of our Green Party also came out a few weeks ago to say to Nigerians that they recognize the caretaker committee that they set up in Rivers State. So for him to arrogate himself, powers that he does not have, is childish. You can see that he's just talking and muttering instead of making the point. How can you be a political party? Is there any political party that is state-based? All political parties are national. And if you have no link, if you have no relationship with the national, how then do you flaunt your person, your office? So the National Working Committee is not aware that there is a leadership of APC in Rivers State under Emeka Beke. The National Working Committee of our great party is very much aware that the leadership of the party in the state, Rivers State today, is that which they set up, 7-member caretaker committee that I'm privileged to be the chairman. Now, in the case that goes straight to the question that you asked, the truth of the matter is that APC is a political party. We are not a social club. What we do in political party is that you put up candidates for election and support those candidates to win election and be part of the government of the day. But as we speak, the processes are flawed. The courts have said repeatedly that the processes are flawed. Just on the 30th of September, the last straw that broke the camel's back came from the court. It's not from us. And we are a law-abiding political party. We are law-abiding citizens of this country. We shall abide by the judgment of the court. When they talk about judgment of IPC, Igwe, and all of those, you can see that they are all procured. I'm not scared of using the word. The reason I say so is that neither police nor DSS nor INEC were parties in the suit, but in the judgment of the court, the court included them in their judgment. So who does that? How does that happen in law? So the processes that they have put in place, you can see the level of desperation where the governor himself drives to RISEC office and tells the RISEC chairman and his committee that he's the chairman of RISEC. And you want us to expose ourselves to an election where the governor is on his own, the umpire, who are going to play a football match. And the umpire in the referee of that football match is a member of the opposition. So how can that work? Who will present themselves to that kind of charade?
All right, gentlemen, as you wind down, Mr. Beke, let me ask you. Yeah, you said you can associate yourself with any political, any party, any person. That's right. I'm nothing wrong with that. But you also said your party will win these elections. But how is that going to happen? I mean, the ruling party in the state is PDP, and then there's APP in the mix. How do you plan to pull off what you want to do?
First, I just want to call my younger brother, Tony Okocha. He came out on a live TV to say when he was chief of staff to former governor of the Right Honorable Beke, that his sat in government has to right result based on what he just said before you said you're going to run off. First and foremost, this election is going to be a level playing ground for every political party that wants to partake in this election. And I can tell you clearly that this election will be free and fair. Anybody that wins the election will take the day. PDP is not partaking in this election. APC is partaking. The APC is the major opposition party in Rivers State. And if you watch, just the flag of yesterday, you saw what happened in party secretariat. We did not mobilize because we know that the party is strong in Rivers State. And I believe the empire that is conducting this election has said this election is going to be free and fair. For me, I'm not going to look at what is going to come out from the other party. I'm thinking about what is going to happen in my own party. And I'll be rest assured that at the end of the day, APC will make impact in this election. So you don't think APP will give you any challenge, any headache? Well, I don't know if APP. I'm talking about my own party because I'm not a member of APP. Okay. Mr. Okocha, let me ask you. So, were you really rigging elections, like you said, while you were chief of staff? Yeah, that. Mr. Okocha, it's been said everywhere now that you yourself said it while you were you were rigging elections. Yes. I didn't know what I said to him. First and foremost, I need to let my brother know that the word is umpire, not empire. So just for his information. Then on the issue of whether I rigged the election, I didn't hide it. I should be paid as a whistleblower. Wait, a whistleblower for rigging elections? People who rig elections should be behind bars, not giving praise. No, that's not correct. If you were an armed robber yesterday, and today you come to confess that you stole something somewhere, something, are you saying that the law will not take retroactive effect? The answer is no. The reason why we have said so and we keep saying is what is going on as we speak. Okay, we're saying that's why when you have an idea of a thing, and you see the other person also wanting to use the same tactics that are very known to you, you will shout. And that's the reason why we want to vote. So who was giving you the order to rig those elections? For an election on the 5th of October. Mr. Okocha, you were not working alone. You were acting on some orders, were you? Working alone? How do you mean? When you said you were rigging elections, that you have the idea, that suggests that you were not working alone. You were working with people. Somebody was giving instructions and you were acting on certain orders as well. Is that right? Yes, all of us were together, including Beke on the other side. Wait. He was with you when you were rigging elections? Yes. Mr. Beke, what's going on here? Is that correct? Ask Tony Okocha, when he was in the election, was I part of him? Did you ever hear me to say that I rigged the election? I never joined to rig the election. That under Abechi's government, you never participated? I did not follow you to do any election. I did not partake in any election whatsoever. Please don't get me involved. So you're not part of the making of my friend, Lucky one. I don't know, but I wasn't with you. Did you see me there? You know, when you wake up and commit yourself, you want to put me part of it. I'm not part of that. You rigged the election. You have to. We are going to ask the police to arrest you that you rigged the election. So who was in charge of the government back then? I don't know. I'm not part of it. You were the chief of staff to Abechi. Mr. Okocha, please. Mr. Okocha, Mr. You were there when the results were. Which result? Me, Beke. Anyway, let me make it clear that we're partaking in the election on Saturday, and after the election, we'll give victory to the party. That's the most important thing. Well, unfortunately, at the time, I can't go further because this revelation is shocking to a lot of people about election rigging. So what happens? I mean, political friends, people, well, it certainly is interesting, and I'm sure that we'd like to explore this a lot further. But this weekend, whatever happens, there has to be peace so that the people out there in Rivers State, they deserve their right to go about their businesses freely, whatever it is that they want to do. We'd like to thank both of you for at least finding out time to talk to us this morning on Sunrise Daily. Mr. Beke, thank you for coming on, and Mr. Tony Okocha, thank you as well for coming on today. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Well, Ayo, that wraps it up this morning. I'm still trying to take in this election rigging part of the whole thing.
Well, that is the show today, this morning. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Chamberlain, so goodbye.
The news is on the hour. I'm Aya Makinde. Have a wonderful rest of your day.